out of apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? You tune in Apartment 5B podcast hosted by your man Kill. I got my squad with me in effect, as always. My little brother. You know what? Congratulations, bro. Congratulations to the Knicks, man. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, it was Cleveland. Relax.
No, don't you say that to no Knicks fan. Don't you say that. No.
Are we going this way tonight, or are we gonna stay level? Tonight?
Ready? Get ready.
On a positive note. What Gadget does not reflect the opinions of Apartment 5B. I started positive. I can't control what people who say on here. I said congratulations. Yeah. He's the one who said Cleveland. Filter that energy down, not to the fucking left. Filter it down. I didn't do it. So, congratulations. I'm happy for y'all. JP, what's going on, good brother?
What's going on, babe? Appreciate you having me, as always.
No doubt. Rel, out of Philadelphia, what's going on, bro?
What's good? Rel Tresman in the building. Ready?
Rel Tresman in the building. We working on stuff. You know your R&B album coming too, nigga, because if they got me, they definitely getting Rel Tresman.
Oh, yes.
JP, you don't know, me and Rel working on an R&B album too that JR is executive producer. Rel sings on the low.
Okay. That's what's up.
To be honest, I don't fucking know if he does or not. I don't know if it's
right.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
I don't know. He said he's Rel Tresman. He's supposed to be coming through. I don't know. I'm just going with the story. I just go along with the story.
It's happening.
The nigga said Rel Tresman. It was a catchy name to me. I said, let's rock with it. My brother Gadget. What's going on, good brother?
What's happening? AKA the Digital Hustler. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, let's jump right into it. One of my peoples, I'm gonna get through it. I gotta go through tweets to find the OG person's name. I love to give credit where they're due. He was like, yo, Kill, what are some interludes, intros, and outros that you wish somebody would have spit over? And I think it was spawning from, I posted KRS's Return of the Boom Bap album, and I was saying how that KRS-One Attacks, that intro was so crazy, and the first time I heard it, I was like waiting for Chris to come in and rhyme, and he never did, and it was like, oh man, like, yo, why you ain't rhyme on that joint? Like, the intro was dope. It's actually one of my favorite Primo beats, but he ain't rhyme on it. So it was like joints like that, or you know how Pete and Cream were infamous for putting a crazy beat in the interlude between beats, and you'd be like, yo, what? It was always that yo feeling of like, yo, you ain't have nobody spit on this. So we're gonna be chopping up about joints like that, R&B joints too. So maybe a song that just was a little minute interlude, or something that was quick that never became a big song, or even if it did become a big song after the fact, just talking about things like that. I'm gonna set us off. The first time I had that, oh shit, what is this and why ain't nobody rhyming over it moment, 91, I'm in 11th grade, I'm listening to Gangstar's Daily Operation for the first time, and I hear 92 interlude, and I heard that piano, and I was just like, yo, nobody's rhyming over this. Like, this is just like, I remember being pissed, like, yo, how did nobody rhyme over this? And of course, I guess if you fast forward 4 years to the Blue Funk album, Heavy D eventually did rhyme over it on Yes, Yes, Y'all. But it was just, it's like, that's dope, but it was like, dog, you supposed to do this 4 years ago. And I think Preem did one of his YouTube shows about that joint right there. But yeah, 92 interlude. And I'll never forget when I went to see, how was that joint? Higher Learning. I went to see Higher Learning. And when Shorty is running around the track the OG, the Aretha Franklin, Young, Gifted, and Black plays. And I remember being in the movie theater being like, oh shit, that's where he got it from. So, you know, definitely 92 Interlude. That was the first time I think I ever heard an interlude. And I was like, yo, why didn't somebody rhyme over that? That would have been crazy. JR, what you got for your first R&B joint?
All right, I got Alicia Keys, Feeling You, Feeling Me off the Diary of Alicia Keys. I wish that joint would have been a longer joint. I wish he would have made that a song. The way it comes in after, what is it? When You Really Love Someone, and it just comes in, her on the piano, and then she comes in, and it's only like a minute and like 20 seconds, and then it goes into the next song. I'm like, yo, this could have been a full record. So I wish that interlude was a full joint.
I gotta check that joint out because I love that album, but just off top, I don't remember. The thing about the Diary for me is like the first 7 I rock with hard, and then the album kind of loses me. So I'm assuming it's after the first 7, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's almost them at the end.
Right. All right, no doubt. JP, what you got up first, man?
For the first joint I got, I'm gonna go with Big Pun's first album. It's the Rain and the Sun interlude. The beat is, I mean, these dudes are actually singing on it, and the dude is trying to convince Pun to sing. He like, yo, I ain't no singer. When he starts singing on the record, you know, I mean, it's really short, but the beat is fire to me. I'm like, yo, this should have been a whole song, even if they was just singing. But it was a short little interlude, but I always love that beat.
Yo, you know what? You just made me remember another interlude. I know you remember this, B, because you're the one who put me onto it. I want to say it was off of B-Ball's Best Kept Secret. You used this way back in 95, and it was like an SNS interlude.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, man. I
can't remember where it's from, but I just remember you wanting to use that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I asked SNS about it years ago, but he never told me. Like,
right.
I think he said it was a Cal Jada record or something like that. I was like, and I got mad Cal Jada records, so you know I was really
going through all of them looking for that.
He's probably lying to me anyway, but
yeah. The crazy thing is I ended up using that one time, fucking with SNS. I ain't even care. I just used it with him in the background because it was so crazy. But you just talking about that reminded me of the other joint. Rel, what you got for your first joint, bro?
My first one is De La Soul off Stakes is High. Right after the business with Common, an interlude comes in and they like something is the short shot. Yo, that beat is fire. They should have turned that shit into a whole song. The beat is fire. I kind of vibing off of it was fire. And I always, when I first heard it, when I always listen to it, I'm like, yo, that should have been a song. Like, that should have been a song. I don't know who did the beat. That shit was hard. Like, right after the business goes off, it goes into that before it goes to the next song.
That's dope. I gotta revisit that. Gadge, what you got up? You muted, bro.
So I'm gonna go a little bit left. Actually, this is an R&B interlude. Shout out to JR. That I really liked, that women really liked, that guys really liked. If you didn't like this, you got to check your sexuality. The interlude to intro, Ribbon in the Sky. Like at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, if they had went a little bit longer, dude was gonna bust one.
We back, Bill. We back, y'all.
And it's not, and it's not me everything. And it's not me this time.
We back, y'all.
Oh, best R&B interlude.
Oh,
hands down.
God. Two for me. Oh God.
You only had nothing to
yeah,
say.
we're back, and it ain't me this time. The next joint I'm gonna go with, it's an interlude, and the dope thing about this for people watching, this is to me what's really dope about this show is it's gonna make a lot of us go back and listen to these albums. You know what I'm saying? To figure out the little pieces what people are thinking about. So I'll go with this. It's an interlude on the Group Home album, and I want to say Group Home album, 5 Mic classic in my eyes. One of Premier's best work. People say it's this. I probably will go with J. Rue's Sunrise in the East, but you can't go wrong with it. Very classic album. I'll never forget they sent this to us at 889. We just played the whole album. We didn't even try to mix it. We just put the record on, put the needle on the record and just let it ride for the whole album. That's how crazy this album is. But there's an interlude on here before the song Baby Paw comes on. And it's a dice game. And it's got like this loud like guitar, and the drums are hard as shit. Like, and it was just
crazy.
Y'all rhyming over this? Like, what? In fact, let's pause for a second. Why do you think producers did this? Like, I don't know who started it. Maybe Premier started it because again, Prince Paul started the interlude. Not the actual interludes, but like the little beats. You know what I mean? That we're all sitting here like, yo, why didn't you rhyme over that? Like, do you think it was like a little competition? Like Pete and Premier always did it. Then Dilla started doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, would just have these beats that just sounded crazy, but nobody's rhyming over them. And JP, you're a producer, Gadge, like what do you all think? You know what I mean?
I think I don't know, I think maybe it was being competitive. Like, yo, I y'all know the beats I make, these are my throwaways. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm throwing the heat away. Like it's probably some ego shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, but this is how many I got. I'm willing to throw these away, so y'all be like, damn. But you know, so I think it's a little bit of that.
Yeah, I definitely can see it definitely being ego. Because some of these beats, I'm like, yo, like that Group Home beat, this thing was so crazy. I'm like, yo, how are y'all not rhyming over this? And y'all just using it for a dice game, you know, interlude or whatever. What you think, Gash?
I agree. I think they want to show off like their throwaways are still, my throwaway is still better than your main beat. Like I think that's how they wanted to do it.
Right. I know I used to do it, but it was only because Pete and Preem and them would do it. You know what I mean? Like, it literally was like, I gotta follow suit, or maybe have like, you know, before Snake Eyes comes on Main Source, you know how he would have little, not actual beats, but maybe just like a little sample, kind of like before with Pete and CL would straighten it out. You know what I mean? Like before the beat drops, it would be another sample or, you know, something like that. Same thing with Troy. Before the Troy thing drops, you know, you've got a whole nother sample going on. So I used to do that too, but for me, I was just trying to follow suit with them niggas. Like, okay, this what the heavy hitters do. Okay, let me fuck with y'all and do shit like that. But I do think it's like you said, JP, just niggas being like, my throwaway shit is better than yours. I'm now intrigued to know, like, Group Home, did you hear that beat and not demand it? Because to me, I would have demanded that as an MC. I would have been like, nigga, we ain't, nah, this is my album. I'm rhyming on that.
It's already on somebody's album. Like,
No, but I mean, like for Group Home, like Primo is doing this interview, so he's in a session and he plays this beat, and Dap and Malachi, they're not like, yo, we ain't jumping on that. Like, nah, B, we gonna have to shoot the fair one or something for that. Like that beat is too crazy for me not to rhyme on.
I can see Preem just, yo, this is what y'all gonna rhyme over. This is gonna be an interlude. Like, and they probably just said okay.
Like, I don't know, man. That was like the type of nigga that'll fucking give you $150 if you like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
These guys looked up to Preem. They knew, like, this is Primo Gangstar. I'm gonna do what he asked me to rhyme on. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I'm just like, dog.
That's how I would have been.
I mean, yeah, but it's like,
you know, people have opinions about like Havoc didn't like Shook Ones like when he first made it or whatever. So people feel that way about beats we love. So they could have been like they didn't like that beat. But yeah, that could have been throw. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you. I just thought that shit was hard. JR, what you think? Why you think? Or even on the R&B tip, why only make a song that's a minute and it just sounds crazy? Like, yo, why isn't this a whole entire song?
I never knew why. It used to always bug me out. Like, why y'all got this crazy beat and y'all just letting it ride for like 30, 40 seconds, and then it's like, all right, the next song. I never knew. I always wanted to ask the artist that, like, why do y'all do that? Like, you ain't gonna use,
especially like even with R&B. Like one of my R&B ones is Anything by SWV. Now you told me last week that they went on to make a longer version of it, but when you listen to SWV's first album, you throw it on and you hear Anything, and I'm like, yo, this song is crazy, and it's like just a one verse joint. I'm like, yo, y'all done took the time to write this. Like, I get it from a hip hop perspective. Hip hop is ego, so I definitely get, yo, my shit. There's some throwaway shit, and y'all can't even fuck with it. But R&B, you done took the time to write to it, sing to it. Like, yo, Anything is a legitimate song. How did y'all just let that? And then I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna come back. Like, I'm thinking, okay, y'all gonna finish this. It's gonna be another interlude, then it'll be an outro. Like, okay, cool. Y'all took the song and split it in 3 pieces, but then you finished the album. I'm like, y'all never came back to this. Like,
yeah, you had to actually get the single to get it. Like,
see, I didn't know that until, and what? SWV was 94, right?
92.
And I'm just finding out in 2023 that there's a full version of this song. You know, I thought all I got was the Wu-Tang Anything. I didn't even know there was a long version of that. So you have no idea like why they would take the time write the song.
I think Brian just wanted that as just the intro to kind of, I guess, as a strong intro. I mean, you talking about it, so it gotta be strong, you know what I'm saying? And make it, it's like, yo, this joint is dope. So it's a strong ass intro that got you, and it's like, cause right into there, you go into I'm so into you, so it got you. Like, it's like boom. But yeah, Brian had to make that a whole record. Like, hell no.
It's a lot of songs like that were like that back then. Like forever. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like 10 years plus, I look for that Keith Murray over Who Shot Ya.
Oh yeah,
like forever.
Yeah,
like
Yo, but you know, the funny thing is I've talked about my infamous slow jam tapes, 90 Minutes in Timberland before. That was my high school tapes. In college, I started calling them the smooth shits. And each of my tapes would start off with that Keith Murray interlude because Puff is like, yo, get off that. Where's that smooth shit at? So all my slow jams in college started with that interlude. But like you said, Gage, like, why didn't we ever get that Keith Murray over Who Shot You? Because he was killing that.
He was killing it. And they faded it out. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
That was on my list too. That was on my list too. Yeah.
Right. It's like, dog, you know, like that's heartbreaking almost. Like, dog, Keith is killing this shit. Yeah. And it's in the middle of an R&B album.
Well, the album is about heartbreak, so you heartbreak for that too. So
I mean, I guess. I don't know, Rel, what you think, man? Why you think these people come up? And here's the other part. You're an artist. Would you do that? Would you know, you're working on an album, would you be like, yo, Kill, give me a beat and I'm gonna just spit fucking, 32 bars and that's it, and I'm out?
You know what's funny about that is, like sometimes like you want to leave them like wanting more. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to give them and leave. You know what I'm saying? You want to give them this and have them like, God damn, but wanting more. So that keeps them coming back. You know what I'm saying? I would do it. Before, like, as a fan, though, I'm like, why are you doing this? But when I'm in the process of making, I understand why an artist would do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's like a short. I'm not even gonna go that route this week. Okay, I understand. Just give you enough to make sure you come back. Totally get it. We're not going down that street again. This week. All right, so. Group home joint, this interlude, the Baby Paul right before that. So if you haven't heard this album, please go listen to this album right now. Masterpiece. And then you'll hear what I'm talking about with Baby Paul. And then my R&B joint was Anything by SWV, because for years it was like, bro, you got why? Why am I just stuck with this intro or whatever? But like you said, JR, it did pull you in. It pulled you in, and it gets the emotion. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't get that emotion with the whole song because you're satisfied. So it's almost like, where's the rest of this at? And then it leaves you wanting more. So I definitely can understand that. JR, what's another one that you got up?
All right, speaking of Primo, I'm going to go this way. The intro to Back to Basics with Christina Aguilera. Mm-hmm. I was like, why? Yo, this should have been a full song. Like, that beat Primo bodied that, yo. Like I'm like, this
Yo,
is
if people haven't heard this album,
my favorite Christina album, period.
it's a double CD. First CD I'm only speaking for 5 mics.
I agree.
First CD to me is 5 mics. You got Premier in here. You got Kwame. Kwame actually did my favorite song on this joint. You know
like Understand?
Oh my God. To me, that's better than anything on this. Like, I love Understand. Like, so if y'all haven't heard Christina Aguilera's Back to Basic, please check this out. Disc 1. I'm only co-signing Disc 1.
Yeah, because Disc 2 is that Linda Perry shit. But Nah, I'm good. But no, that intro is sick. Like, Primo bodied that, yo. Like, it was like really getting you ready. Then with the scratches and with the, you know what I'm saying, with that BB King sample, the Thrill Is Gone joint. It was just, and it's only like a minute and like 10 seconds. I'm like, damn, come on. We couldn't get a full joint, so that joint is sick. So I love that record. I love that intro, though.
Yeah, very dope, very dope. JP, what you got up next, bro?
I got one from the Firm album. Somebody's actually rhyming on it, but it's super short. It starts with Nas talking, and it's called Untouchable.
Yes.
I forgot who's rhyming. I forgot the dude's name rhyming. Wiz or something like that.
It's Wiz.
Huh?
It's Wiz.
Yeah.
It's Wiz. Yeah, that was fire.
That minute song is incredible. Like he bodied lyrically, it was crazy. And I was like, yo, what would have been like if Nas was on there, if AZ was on that track? Like, I was so mad that they didn't make that a whole song. Huh?
Untouchable.
What's the name of the joint?
Untouchable.
Yo, here's a hip hop moment. I've never heard the Firm album.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nobody ever told me anything. Don't put out.
That is like,
For real? Are you serious?
I've never heard it.
Hey, Kim, hold on. Hey, Kim.
Yo, and here's the funny thing. Here's this funny thing. I don't remember what was going on at the time. It was probably the Track Masters and Cormega leaving and Nature coming. And then when I heard Firm Biz, I was like, oh no, I'm good on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was never sold on the Firm anyway as a group. You know what I mean? Because I never really loved Foxy and I never really loved Mega or Nature. I would have rather just the AZ Nas album. Wow. But then I think with the Track Masters, and then here's the crazy part. No one until today has ever said, nigga, you ain't hear the Firm album? Like, really? No human being has ever co-signed it. And I mean, this is just a hip-hop moment for Apartment 5B. I've said this before numerous times that I haven't listened to the Firm album, and nobody has ever been like, nigga, listen to that shit tonight. Like, it's almost like the time.
Just as a hip-hop fan, you're just curious. I think it's universally known that the Firm album wasn't great.
Okay.
Phone Tap is the highlight from that album.
Right.
That is a super highlight. That is a super highlight in an otherwise
and you know what I think it is?
Mediocre album.
To me, that's what happened. When it did come out, nobody was happy with it. So it was almost like, well, why bother? It's like, I'm a roller coaster enthusiast. Niggas is at the park, like, yo, how the new coaster? It's like, oh, well, fuck it, I ain't gonna get on it then, because y'all not even hype about it. You know what I mean? So I think that was the other thing. Like you said, I heard the Phone Tap, I heard, you know, if it was on a mixtape, I heard it. I just never heard the album as a collective, just because, you know. But I feel like it's like when I said I didn't know who Street Life was, niggas on Twitter was acting like I said I didn't know who Old Dirty Bastard was. Like, nigga, Street Life is one of Method's fucking weed rollers, nigga. Y'all acting like I said I didn't know who the Genius was. You know what I mean? It's not like I said I never heard your Addict. Addict turning the lights on and off on me and shit. Like, Rel looked at me like, nigga, you never heard Ready to Die before? What the fuck, man?
Yo, is this Apartment 5B or Drink Champs? You are, nigga, you gonna have the Woo affiliates on our heads, man.
But here's the thing: at the end of the day, how many mics do y'all get that out?
What?
Firm album?
Firm?
3.5.
3.5.
All right,
there's
some 3.5.
There's some highs on it. There's some lows on it. Yeah. There's some stuff that you will really like. I think you'll like Throw Your Guns. I think you'll like that interlude he just said. Of course, Phone Tap. But you know,
so what was wrong with the album? Where did the album go bad? Where was the ball dropped?
no
You
direction.
expected more between the track masters and
That's
Dr.
my
Dre.
point.
Like you expected more.
And they
It
didn't
was
give
just
it.
no direction. It was all over the place.
It was all over the place. Dre
Bingo.
and them underwhelmed a little bit to me. Dre and the track masters.
So Dre and the
underwhelmed.
track masters did this album together.
And you know the track masters just take a beat and just
and I
don't
I
do
think
nothing with
Dre
it.
like executive
Hey,
producer.
hey,
Okay.
I'm gonna be the exact opposite. I loved Firm Biz because I'm an R&B guy.
Right.
I love
okay.
Firm, and I loved AZ's verse.
See, my mom liked Firm because that was Tina Marie.
I mean, Firm Biz,
Well,
it was cool. It was almost expected for a single.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Especially being with
See,
the
I guess
track
the
masters,
real
it made
part is-
sense.
Track masters coming off of it was written to me,
Right,
showed
it
me
made
how
sense.
dope they were.
It made sense.
Yeah, I'm shocked
It
that
just
the beats.
overwhelmed. It just and because everybody was so hot at the time when they came
That's
together.
true.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Everybody was hot.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, I'll listen to it so Gadget don't cancel our show before it gets started. So I will listen to it before Saturday. I will listen to it before Saturday, and the network pulls the plug before we even get started.
Hey, we riding up to Philly on the Firm. Pause.
I'm not driving. I can tell you that. I can only drive the music I enjoy. So you and Rella driving. I'm in the passenger seat. I'll be in the back seat. I'm 49 the other day. I got in the car. One of my kids was like shotgun. I said, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'll ride in the back. Nigga, you really don't. I'm too old to do shotgun. I'm going to gladly sit in the back seat and y'all two just direct me on which songs are good and which songs aren't. All right. It was JP. Bro, what you got up next, bro?
mine is an R&B one. And it's a case where the interlude and the song was fire. It's Usher, Superstar.
I was just playing that in my teen center today. Man,
Yeah.
I love that joint. Dre and Vidal.
Yeah, the interlude with the number one, that's fire. And then go into the regular song is fire. You know what I'm saying? On a fire album, period. So yeah, that one could have been a song. You know what I'm saying? And it would have slapped. You know what I mean? But the song that they did do was fire too. So you know what I mean? It's one of those rare cases.
Dre and Vidal don't get enough credit to me for some of the shit they did. They've got some bangers under their belt. The funny thing is, I sampled the interlude to Confessions when he in the studio like, yo, stop playing, put that on everything. I sampled that and redid it, and he had a song called "Put That on Everything." You know what I mean? I gotta find it. But yeah, that was a fire interlude too. You don't like the interlude?
Because I like Confessions Part 1, like the original.
Yeah.
So it's like that when you hearing it and he just talking, like you said, like it was kind of corny to me. Like it was just like, all right, like come on, let's just get into the song because that was stupid to me. Like I was like, come on, you doing too much.
Nah, but that Superstar is crazy, man. No, he did it. I don't know if you saw his Tiny Desk concert. With the two others. Yeah, who were the singers, JR? Who were the two young boys?
Eric Bellinger?
Eric Bellinger, yeah.
It was Eric Bellinger and who else? It was somebody else.
Oh God, his name start with a V.
But I just dug when they were doing that whole little riff in the beginning when he comes in and they were doing that. So yeah.
With Faith on the background too on the original joint.
Oh, Faith is on the background of that?
A Superstar, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's dope.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Faith.
That's fine.
That's dope. That's a great pull, bro. Like I said, I was just playing that today in my team. Gage, what you got up next, man?
I'm going R&B again. I don't know if this is an intro or a switch in the middle of a song. Luther Superstar. Like
it is.
To me, the second part of the song is the best part of the song.
Mm-hmm.
With the pianos. But everything before that is fire, but everything after that is hellfire.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I think it came out the way it was supposed to. Like it crescendoed into a masterpiece.
Yeah, because he's starting it off with "Till You Come Back to Me" with a Aretha, and then go to Superstar.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's beautiful music, man.
Yo, that's a top
music is just
song.
Exactly. I don't care what K say.
Let's not even stop. Like, come on.
What happened? Who said?
Kay said Charlie Wilson would sing Luther Vandross under the table.
Case that nigga.
Case.
That nigga who was messing with Mary J.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta stop listening to niggas.
And I like the Case, but you wildin', bro. I fuck with Case. You know, "Miss You" is my favorite R&B song ever, by the way.
Right.
But he's wildin'.
Yeah.
Wild.
And he was adamant. Like, I mean, it's one thing to say you think Charlie Wilson can sing better than Luther. I'm not mad at you for that.
And that's what I wanted him to say when he said
But he was going in.
He said sing circles around him. Yeah, he said
he snored better than Luther.
He said he snores better than Luther Vandross sings.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
You know what I realized in life, y'all? Luke and NWA taught me no publicity is bad publicity. So as long as my name, because guess what? If he didn't say that shit, would we have brought up Case's name today? Nope.
Well,
if he didn't say that shit, would he be a trending topic? Nope. You know, if Jim Jones wasn't saying Pusha T ain't a top 50 MC, is anybody talking about
that nigga?
Jim Jones? No. So again, niggas, here's the thing I've learned in Twitter. People would rather be prosecuted and demeaned for saying dumb shit, but you're being talked about, than nobody saying anything about you.
That's true.
And that's what people will do. People will tweet out some dumb shit that I don't even think they believe themselves just for interaction.
I believe that too.
Just for interaction. So again, I mean, and if Case feels that way, like you said, JP, it's like, dog, if you like him better, that's cool. But he's singing circles around Luther?
Like, come on.
Dog, I can't name 5K songs. So here's a new thing that I do. I don't listen to people who I can't name 5 songs or more. I can't even
think you say any singer could sing circles around Luther. Any singer.
I'm not even going to listen to you. I'm not even going to listen to you if I can't name 5 songs. So that's what stops an argument early. Like when Jim Jones was talking, I'm like, Ballin' remix. I think it was a Christmas song. I can win anything. So I'm not even going to listen to what Jim got to say. Same thing with Case. Missing You, Touch You, Tease Me, Faded Pictures with Case, and now I'm starting to fade. So I'm not going to listen to anything. After. Okay, I'm up to 4. I'm at 4, but I'm not at my 5, so I'm not listening. Another Superstar. Anthony Hamilton redid Superstar with Jennifer. I was about to say,
and
Jennifer
I liked it. I liked it.
Who am I talking about, Jennifer
Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, okay.
And
he wasn't yelling, and that's what I was good for.
Boom! This is the best. This is like when I saw it, I was like, oh god, y'all. Because I was hoping it wasn't even Superstar, that song. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, cool. And then we got to, I was like, oh, y'all doing this. But she came in smooth. She stayed smooth. It was just really dope. So if Cats haven't heard this album, it's a very dope album. I love this Anthony Hamilton album right here. But her and Jennifer Hudson really did a dope remake of that. But I'm with you on that game.
Now I got a question. Was Superstar a remake? Who did the
that's a remake.
Yeah.
Who did the
Carpenters.
The Carpenters.
What?
Crazy, right?
Right?
Crazy, right?
I know it was mad acoustic guitars in their version.
I was.
Oh, what? No, I gotta.
He said they didn't even need electricity to make their version. They don't even need.
It's technically said when somebody can remake a song and really make it their own.
That's what Luther did. He was a steal your song dude.
Yeah, you talking about jacking for beats? That nigga was the original Ice Cube. That nigga was jacking for songs. Like Luther was like, oh God, y'all know my 49-year-old brain, man. House is not a home.
Not a home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember he did that at JR. What was that? Maybe the 86 NAACP Awards, and Dion was in the audience.
He was singing to her. It was a tribute.
Top 5 performance of all time.
Absolutely.
He didn't go to church. He took you to heaven and back. Like, dog, the riffs he was doing. Oh my God! Like, I can't even hear that song without doing those riffs that he was doing in that crazy song.
Hey, for real, you listen to the intro to this, you can make a beat out of this Carpenters joint. It's mad strings in it.
Gadget already on it.
It's mad strings, baby.
I'm about
I'm
Yeah,
trying
already
to think.
on it,
They
man.
might have not been the first ones though to make it.
I thought it started with them, but
They
I mean,
did
I
it,
learned
but
that from
somebody
you.
before them did it.
Oh, really? Don't get me lying.
What is it? Bonnie something. They were a group, and they made it before the Carpenters did it, like 2 years before them.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. The next joint I got is off of Kendrick Lamar's "Good Kid, Mad City,"
Okay.
right before the Art of Peer Pressure. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the strings first, cause y'all niggas.
Yes, Brad.
Hey, bro, you feel me?
Hey, Kill, when we log off this show, fire up the machine and play this shit. I promise you, the beginning of this, Gad is on it. He's on it.
Yeah, it's so dope.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Both these niggas down there, both these niggas grooving
I
on
knew
that.
when Brown would.
You know I was doing that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gil.
No. I need to check it out. I never paid attention to the strings in the beginning. I just found out a couple of years ago through you, JR, because I never knew. I thought Luther did it first. I didn't even know.
Right.
I didn't know about it until you said it. The Art of Peer Pressure, Kendrick Lamar's "Good Kid, Mad City." The intro to that, it starts off with this, but I'm with the homies right now. It's like that beat comes in and it's just so dope, but it's just that little quick interlude. So bad that I wanted to jack it, but I'm like, this is just a blatant jack. Like, this is beyond a jack move. Like, because everything is there. Like, I really can't add no more drums to it. Like, the joint is done. Like, but that's one of them joints that I wish that I was actually hoping would have made the Untitled Unmastered joint that he put out. But it didn't. So that's one joint right there. And another R&B joint I got. A lot of people don't remember this. I know y'all will. Alfonso Hunter's Lack of the Berry. He had this joint.
Yes.
It was tight. It was an interlude. And man, here's the first thing. For people who don't know, Alfonso Hunter, R&B singer, maybe 95, 96. He was down with the Def Squad. Eric Sermon was producing this for him. Very dope album that nobody talks about. Listen to it. He's got this joint on there called "Would You Be Mine." Yo, that is my shit. That is just crazy. And he's got a joint on there singing over "One Love." And just the sample, just the Heath Brothers sample, not the actual beat that Tip made, but the sample. But it's called "Keep It Tight" by Alfonso Hunter. Just a minute interlude, but was very, very dope. JR, what you got up next?
Shoot, I can pick so many from Faith because y'all know her interludes are dope,
bro.
Crazy.
Oh my god, like
I got one on the list too.
From the debut, but I'm gonna go with the debut with "You Are My Joy." I wish that would have been a full song, especially after coming off the "Ain't Nobody" and you go into this. I'm like, you and Chucky couldn't make this a full record, like. Yo, it's just so, and Faith sounds so angelic on it. It's just, I wish it could have been a longer song, but it was an interlude. So,
I also think I see the correlation of what JP and Gadget was saying, just about the just showing off. Because I think the thing about Faith, especially that Faith at that moment, I think her pen game was just stupid. Chucky at that time, the beat game is just stupid. So it's almost like this is nothing for us. Like we could do this all day. Like we could just make a whole album full of interludes. So I definitely see the appeal of even the hip hop creeping into the R&B world of just like if you put us in the studio for a day, we gonna come up with 5-6 songs, and 3 of them we may not even love. So let's just put them on as an interlude or whatever like that. I just wish we could come back. And I mean, I get it. These are the old days, but these are the times when I'm like, why couldn't you just put them out for us? Kind of like when we got to the 2000s and it was like, okay, fam, I get it. You're never going to give us Backpackers a hip hop album. I get it. But I do like that he started to give us those soul, the soul tapes. You know what I mean? So I understood as a fan, cool, go get your R&B money, go do your things. I got you, because you're going to give us Backpackers what we want on the mixtape side. I just wish something similar like that would have happened, where it could be like, yo, all these dope interludes, we going to give them to you as full songs over here on some B-side type shit like that. So that's what I wish would have happened. JP, what's another one you got up, bro?
I'm going to go with SWV from the New Beginning album, the Use Your Heart interlude.
That was one of mine.
Not the song, but the interlude. The interlude is incredible.
Oh,
I mean, the song is great too.
That's
one of Neptune's first joints that Use Your Heart. But the interlude, I'm not sure if they did the interlude, but I think it was another producer, Herb Middleton, maybe, or something like that. I gotta check who it was.
Yeah,
but
Herb did it.
You did? Okay. Yeah, because it's just a beautiful. I mean, Coco's, just her vocals on that is it's incredible. It's incredible interlude.
I gotta go back and peep that. And the funny thing is, half these joints you've heard, but you just made. I don't think I separated the two or whatever like that.
I've sampled it before. I've sampled that interlude before. I got so many joints in the back of my mind that like, yo, I need to sample and chop up like old records that I've always liked to and want to chop it up a different way. But it's like I can never get to it. But I got to that one. I did chop that sample up, but that interlude was dope to me.
All right, no doubt. Rel, what you got up next, bro?
All right, so I gotta be a Jodeci nigga right now.
I already know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta take this a little in a different direction, but
as long as it's not about BPMs, I'm totally cool with whatever direction you want to take it. Okay,
it's not. All of the St. Ives commercials, Biggie's, Ice Cube's, Warren G and Nate Dogg's, Wu-Tang's, all of them was fire. All of them I wanted to be full songs. I mean, when those went out, all them joints was fire. Like the Nate Dogg and Warren G joint was crazy. Just hit the corner store, you know what I'm looking for. Hey, nah, that shit was fire.
Yo, JR, you just heard Rel Tresvant. You just heard.
He had a little, yeah, okay.
That was light. And that was light.
That we ain't even in the lab yet, y'all. And see, I'm not mad at that. All those St. Ives joints was crazy, man. The Cube joint was crazy. Shit. And I mean, I know the Sprite commercials really weren't no OG joints, but them Sprite commercials was crazy too. Now, matter of fact, the Root Sprite joint turned into Push Up Your Lighter. That was one of his Sprite commercials. Yep.
Damn, that's my favorite song of that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had
put that in the YouTube.
Because Pooba had a Sprite John, right?
Yeah, Sprite, but they was just looking peak the press.
Yes,
but that was fine with me. Pooba could have rhymed over anything to me.
Nas and AZ had one on the steps. Sprite.
Yeah.
Even CL had one too.
Yeah.
Yo, but yeah, I ain't mad at them St. Ives joints because they were crazy, man. They were
nice.
Again, I wonder why they never dropped them. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, St. Ives could have put it out.
They could have put it out in compilation. Would have ate it up and drank it up like that. We were still in college. You know what I mean? So it would have been love. Gaz, what you got up next, bro?
I got this is a I love intros and then the beat drops, like the sample changes. 50 Cent, Hustler's Ambition. Like I don't know what they sample for that, but I love the way that song comes in. I don't even know who produced it. It sounds like
it is the Hustler's Ambition is Frankie Beverly.
Oh, okay.
Actual song, yeah, it's Frankie Beverly.
But I like the way they changed it up, and that intro was fire to me. Like 50 Cent. I gotta listen back, but that's one of my favorite 50 joints too. 50. And what was the name of that joint again, Gadget? Hustler's Ambition.
Hustler's Ambition. All right.
It was off. Wasn't it off the? What was the movie? The Get Rich or Die Trying movie.
Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was definitely dope. Next, John, I'm gonna go back to Group Home for the Wes Montgomery's Yesterday, man. Like I remember the first time that I hit play on the Group Home, and it just came in with that doom 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 doom. I was like, yo, I think that's yesterday, but that's not yesterday, and you know what I mean. So this is '96, and JP, I think we was just like really getting into producing. Like I don't even know if you had your ASR yet. I may have just got mine
in '96. Yeah,
right. So that's one of those things. So now people listening back to this show like, Kill, of course it's a jazz remake. Back in '95 and '94, I didn't know that there were jazz remakes to different songs. So it's like, yo, that's Paul McCartney and them Yesterday, but it's not the Beatles Yesterday. What is it? And then it's just like, yo, y'all aren't rhyming off of this, but it was love because Jay Electronica came back years later and rhymed over it and totally annihilated it. But at that time, again, it was like, yo, you've got to be fucking shitting me that this is another beat that y'all not gonna rhyme over. And this joint is hard as hell. Like, F even uses that in Profit. Like, it's like, yo, that beat is so hard, man. So, I'm gonna go with Group Home with that, and then I'm gonna go with a lot of people haven't heard this joint. NX Worries is Anderson .Paak and Knowledge. They had an EP out called Link Up and Sway. And they had this joint on there called, I don't even know how you pronounce it. It's like Anthrotime. And it was this dope sample. It's the intro. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But they did come back on their album, Yes Lord, and sing and use it for this joint called Another Time, which is crazy. So this is what I mean. Like, I applaud them. You had us fiending, and then you fed us. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that. It was like, here's the EP, and I'm like, yo, this joint is crazy. And then it was so dope to listen to the album and for it to come on. I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I need. So round everybody who said that, yes, give it to us, give us a little, but shorty, don't just leave me here. Like, come back later on after. You know what I mean? Like, you just leaving me here like this. They came back and finished the job. So I definitely appreciate that. If y'all haven't heard that, please, if you like Anderson .Paak, I think you will love this Yes Lord album. Like, I'm really excited for the new album that they're working on now. I don't think Anderson .Paak can really damn near do no wrong, whether he with Bruno Mars, Knowledge, JR, the tone in your face. You think he can do wrong?
Huh? No. I agree with you. But when you
say he can't do wrong, like, but yeah, I think if you like Pac, definitely look up Yes Lord. It's a very, very dope album. Very dope album.
And Kill. These you can't do interludes on records these days because somebody will jack it and have it up on Spotify with their weak ass raps. Oh, for real.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I mean, and now with this whole AI, they're gonna have it up there with their weak ass raps featuring Jay-Z. So I mean, it gets even worse now, I mean, I heard a Drake Weeknd song that I thought was dope, and they was like, nigga, that ain't Drake and that ain't the Weeknd. So I'm like, you fool. I mean, who knows what it's gonna be in a second? You know what I mean? Independent niggas gonna be featuring everybody. Like, everybody gonna be on this person album. So, but yeah, definitely that joint. If y'all haven't heard that, check that out. JR, what you got up next, bro?
I'm gonna go back to the SWV with Where's the Love on New Beginning. And how that goes into Fine Time, y'all. Oh my God, man. And that was Herb Middleton that did that too. So yeah, man, the Coco sounds so good on it. The girls blends, you know what I mean? They actually do know how to blend. I ain't gonna go there. But so that Where's the Love. I love it after Use Your Heart too. So yeah.
Now tell me this, you said Herb Middleton. Do you know why they stopped working with the first producer from the first album?
Oh no, he was on the second album. The problem was he made all that money, so then they didn't want to pay him for the second album. So that's why they went to All Star, and he did a lot. He did all the remixes, so they went to him and paid him cheaper. So that's why he got You're the One, and Pharrell and them wasn't that big yet, so they Use Your Heart. They didn't have to pay him because they knew they had to pay Brian because of all them hits from the first album. So he was pissed with that because he did maybe about 5 songs on the album and he didn't get nothing. He didn't get no single, no nothing. They gave him nothing.
Crazy. All Stars from Jersey, right?
Huh?
All Stars Jersey?
Yeah.
From Jersey, right? Yeah.
Yo, the crazy part is that, like, you help make a group and then they don't want to pay you. Like, was it like now Brian is asking for a shitload of money more? Or, because I get it. If we did the first album and you charging me $10,000 a beat, I get it. And now if we making the second album and you now want $70,000 a beat, I get it. Like, damn, I can't afford that.
I don't think that was the case. I just think that, Brian was getting with other people and all that. And he like, yo, let me get a little bit more. And they like, nah. But they realized they had to get him back again because they gave him Rain. Because, after all that, they had a couple of bangers and Use Your Heart.
So he did Rain.
it was kind of like forced by the label.
Okay.
They was like, look, because that's when they did release some tension with Puff, and they were just like, yo, we need Brian, like we need him. You know what I mean? And then they gave him Rain. Because Brandy was about to get that joint.
Wait, was that?
Brandy was about to get Rain?
Yep. Brian was about to cut it on her.
Wow.
And
now here's a good battle. Here's a good battle. Who wins? Coco or Brandy singing Rain?
That record was for Coco, yo. Hands down, yo. I'm saying if you heard, so you think if Brandy cut Rain, that Coco's would still be better? Yes. Okay. I do. And she wasn't even in that space to give a record like that. So I don't think she could have bodied it like that. Because she was heartbroken over Wanye. She couldn't handle no record like that.
I'm from the school that stuff that needs to stay in the vault needs to stay in the vault. No, for real. And the perfect case, so somebody posted Jada's verse for More Money, More Problems.
Oh yeah.
The worst Jada verse I've ever heard in my life.
He did a verse?
Yeah, he did a verse.
The worst Jada verse I've ever heard.
It's
it wasn't good at all.
Man, I haven't heard that.
Good at all.
It wasn't good. I mean, and then I think too, you have to understand. I see what Gadget is saying. We've been hearing More Money, More Problems since 1997, so it's set in our minds what the song sounds like. Now, 30 odd years later, now we're hearing a Jada verse that was in there. And to be honest with you, I can't even hear Jada before I even heard it. I can't even imagine Jada rhyming over More Money, More Problems. Because I can't even, and he's trying to do it and it just doesn't work. So I definitely see.
You can tell he's struggling in his verses.
Oh, wow, I gotta hear that.
It is, yeah.
That's crazy.
So I feel you. Like somebody said that too about when Prince passed away. It's like, yo, he wanted stuff in the vaults for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like every but then again, I also feel the flip side, like JP was saying, you know, Havoc don't like a beat, but we love it. You know what I mean? So there's
you never know, man.
That in the vaults that, you know, we would love, but maybe he didn't like
that too.
Or, you know, so I don't know.
Still good for that too. He is.
Who's that?
You good for that.
What
having beats and I'll be like, this is hot and you don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the nature of the beast. Every time I send a beat to somebody, it's just, I don't know, JP, if you have that luck too. I don't know if it's producer luck or it's just me. Even when MOP took the Rude Bastards beat, yo, I had probably 30 beats on that beat CD, and they were all handmade for MOP, and they picked the one beat that I just threw on there just for, like, let me just throw this shit on there too.
As an interlude.
Right, exactly. So the 49 beats that I was like, you know, these are MOP beats. These beats were made for MOP. They don't pick that one, and they pick this joint with me using the Supremes, talking about it's hurting me. You know what I mean? So again, it's like I can't call it. So, you know, I just think it's, I don't know. JP, what do you think? Do you come across that? Like, do you send beats out and the beats that people pick aren't necessarily the ones you thought they would pick? Or you're working with an artist and you're like, yo, you gonna let us do beat, and you send it and they're like, eh.
Yeah, I've learned to never take it personal. It's like, because you never know what somebody gonna like. I still like what I like, but you know, there's certain beats I'll be like, you like that one? And I'll be like, okay. Right. Like, you got to convince me to like it. Right. What you gonna do for you to convince me to like it? Because I think it's okay. So, like,
yeah. And I think I never take it personal. I think producers, we are the most rough-skinned people in the industry because we can send 100 beats and you only pick one.
Right.
MCs, not all MCs. Let me not say all. A lot of MCs sensitive as a motherfucker. You be like, yo, can you change that word? Nah, son, that's my script. That's my scribe. Nah, I don't change nothing I write, son. It's like, nigga, you just didn't like 99 beats, nigga. Can I get you to change one word? You know what I mean? So, it's never a personal thing. Gage, what about you? Have you sent beats? Have you ever been in that position where you're like, yo, you are going to love this beat, and you send it, and it's like, I'm not really.
Absolutely. People will pick the C-level beat. You like, oh, this the Just Blaze, this the A-level joint? Nah, give me number 14. Like, okay, but you know what? People like what they like.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? After that kept happening, I just kept throwaway beats on CDs and giving people.
I mean, it got me to a point to say I now have to. The only things I can send are beats that I love myself, because it was times when I would just make beats, and whatever 50 beats I made, that's what I sent to you. But maybe I really don't like 40 of them. And like now I'm in a situation like JP said, you've now got to convince me that this is gonna be a dope song. Like Talib and High Tech was saying that they would get into a lot of fights over that, because High Tech was like, if I don't like the beat, we not recording. End of story. Like it ain't no rap.
Damn, I wish it was the other way around.
Oh God, I'm so glad to have Gadget, because now I don't have to be the villain of every show. Usually it's me being the villain.
No shots to Talib, but come on.
Nah, but Talib was saying how frustrating that was, because High Tech would be playing a beat and he'd be writing to it, and then he would just turn off the MP, and he's like, nigga, it's like, yo, I was writing that, like, I don't like it, like, and since they're my beats, it had, I have to love it in order for you to rap over it.
Yo, next upcoming episode, just do a what if another MC was with High Tech, or like legendary producers with other rappers.
Now here's the thing, because I don't keep up. I'm strictly hip hop, I don't pay attention to the other shit that goes on. I'm just finding that Talib had all these accusations against him from women and sexual assault and all this stuff. So is that, I know a lot of people don't like Talib because of that now. Are you just saying you don't like Talib as an MC plus that, or you just don't like him, period?
No, I like Talib. I think that I would have rather much seen. Don't get me wrong. First album is a classic, but I would have liked to seen High Tech with, like, when I listened to Sun God. I said that's one of the albums that hip hop owes me. Hip hop owes me a 2001, 2002 High Tech Common album. When I hear High Tech with other MCs, I'm like, why can't we get this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I mean, I think between Sun God and what was it, Techzilla, and 199, like, I was like, yo, Common and High Tech gotta do an album together. Like, hey, that's definitely an album that hip hop owes us.
High Tech and Game is
yo.
Yeah.
That joint he had on Game album.
Running.
Running, right?
It was Running off the documentary. That's crazy.
Woo, that
and I'm not even a big what's my man's name? Who's in G Unit? The one who was locked up?
Tony Ayo.
Tony Ayo. I'm not a big Tony Ayo fan, but over Running, nigga.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
It's crazy.
He did do it.
Yeah, High Tech is crazy.
That joint is crazy, and then just disappeared. Signed Dre as a Aftermath producer and just disappeared from reality, man. It's like that shit is like a black hole. You sign the Aftermath, it's like the fucking Bermuda Triangle. Like your plane is going down, and niggas ain't never fucking hearing from you again. Cause how you just go from the high technology? The first joint was crazy. That was a dope producer album with that Round and Round with Janelle.
Yeah.
That's an album I was for too.
Like,
and then that joint never dropped. So totally crazy. Gadget, did we end with you?
It was on J Pass, wasn't it?
No, I did mine.
I think you were on mine.
It must be on me.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't do mine.
Yeah.
My next one I was gonna do. It's actually called on Usher's first album, Interlude number 2, called "Can't Stop."
Yes, sir.
With Faith Evans singing the background.
Interlude number 2.
Yeah.
Interlude number 2, "Can't Stop." Like Faith. I mean, she's all over that album, but her background work is it's incredible, man. It's incredible.
This nigga Gadget has dogs just randomly crawling on.
Yo, man. Say hi. All right, good night.
I ain't mad at you, man. Boots would be in here too if that nigga wasn't old. That nigga don't feel like it's hopping in my lap no more. So I ain't even mad at you. That nigga be everywhere. All right, now I gotta go back and listen to that. That shit,
Yeah.
you know my shit off that first album, Can You Get With It? Off that, oh my God.
That was Devontae, right?
Devontae,
Devontae did that one?
man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, that album was good. Like that album, I enjoyed that album. That's Puff executive produced that album. That's when he was with, he was
Yeah.
under the tutelage of Puff Daddy.
Right. And I don't know what tutelage actually means anymore. So, but
Hold up.
we will definitely with that for another day. Cool. Rel, what you got up next, bro?
All right, so it's been known in previous shows. I don't mess with this artist like now. They fell off, and I would never want to hear. I don't want to hear them sing at all anymore. But at this point, they was fire, and it's Let's Lift It Again, the John Legend joint of his album. The Let's Get Lifted Again. The 2 minute that shit was crazy. It was a vibe, you know what I mean? And I spoke about I feel about John Legend now.
I need a 30 for 30 on John Legend. I need a 30 for 30. Like, what happened, man? What happened? Because that first album was 5 mics. I feel like the second was like he was on his Vegas residency. Mm-hmm. And by the third album, I just stopped caring about John. Like, he'd have a song here and there that I liked, but whole
he never made it with them. That's what that was.
Yeah, he did. So, every once in a while, when he come back, he do a joint with Ross. Man, I always appreciate him and Ross get together. And they But you're right. Like John Legend is. I've never been like the first album was. I was like, okay, and the Kanye whatever. I'm just like, but after a while, I was like, oh, he's going somewhere else. I see what he's doing.
He want to be at the Emmys and the Grammys.
Yeah, I get it.
That's where he want to go.
Yeah.
And I guess the great thing is if he achieved his goal. Because I think, Rel, you said it. It's like, yo, when did he just become you need a singer, go get John? Or you need, he represents us at everywhere. He's everywhere. That's wrong. If DJ Khaled needs a singer, he's there. If he's at the NAACP Awards, he's at every awards, he's on every song. He's the spokesman for Black people. And I'm like, he really isn't, but
he's a chameleon. He could be on Ross's album and he could do his Michael Bublé shit.
Right. Right. That's why I was happy when he got with Raphael Sadiq and did an album, a Christmas album with him. I was like, finally.
Like, come on, dude. Are you
Hennessy?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was he called it a legendary Christmas, and Raphael Sadiq did the whole thing. You could tell. I was like, now this gives you some Get Lifted vibe. How did I not know that this album existed? It came out in 2019. Yeah.
Damn, and nobody has said anything about this album?
No, because everybody
was a Christmas album.
Yeah,
it's a Christmas album. That's why.
Like I'm not that it's a waste because Christmas albums get replayed over. Like it's definitely, you know what I'm saying. But I'm not wasting Raphael Sadiq on no Christmas album, man.
Really?
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing that. My mind was. I'm like, out of all albums, you picked a Christmas album to work with Raphael Sadiq.
Really? That's what we doing?
That's why, John, you can keep your shit over there.
Listen, his problem is he can't decide whether he want to be Canada Dry or Schweppes.
That part.
Be Canada Dry.
That part. Thank you, Dad. That part. I didn't know how to say it. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Well, no Black people drink Schweppes.
Not at all.
Yo. And on that note, all right. Yeah, guys. I'm just glad
you're trying to get stuff together.
I'm just glad I'm not the villain. Usually it's
right.
It feels good not to be the villain no more.
But he right.
Nah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. All right, guys, what you got up next, bro?
I have a legend. I mean, this is a legendary interlude with no rapping. I'm just gonna give you a couple bars. All you niggas in your round suit talking about smoking mad weed, talking all that space shit. Yo, shout out to Bandana P.
I'm done. I'm done with Rick. I'm done with Gadget tonight. I'm done.
Let's go.
I'm done. Yo.
Hey, Gadget, you on fire today, baby. Keep going. Keep going.
I am
Legendary
done.
interlude. When I heard that, I knew exactly who the fuck he was talking about.
Oh, God.
I knew exactly who he was talking about. Death Squad.
So you wanted this to be a song?
No, but it was a legendary interlude. It was right after hold on. It was right
after the beginning.
It was right before Give Up the Goods.
No, it's right after.
I apologize. Let Rel answer any questions about the Infamous. He knows it back.
Oh,
to forth.
it was right before
I apologize.
Survival of the Fittest comes on after this song.
Yes, please let Rel answer. Let Rel answer the
Just
question.
start at your end and starts the album, and then that comes on. Then Survival of the Fittest.
Cool. Rel knows the album from front to back. So any questions from now on, Twitter people watching, any questions about the Infamous, please go to Rel Tresband. He can tell you BPMs, he can tell you track list order, remixes, everything.
Was he really listening?
I don't know.
I learned her from Fleetback too.
But trust me, the album is burning. Trust me.
That's your interlude. You run back. You run back that interlude.
Oh God! All right. The next joint I got up is off of OC's first album, Word Life, that more people need to listen to if they haven't heard it. And it was a Point of View where he uses the Little Boy Blue sample that has been made famous by Just Blaze for PSA. Yes, OC had this as an interlude in 1994. So just to put that out there. But that's definitely a joint that Jay used for PSA, Black Moon used for Stay Real. And on the R&B tip, I got D'Angelo's Booty, After Great Day in the Morning on Booty. Like he goes into this whole drum break.
Oh, yeah.
Great Day in the Morning. And I was hoping that was going to be a song, but it wasn't. And then it kind of just led into Untitled. But yeah, so that's what I got. JR, what you got up next?
I got this record from Changing Faces. It's called Thoughts of You. And the beginning of it is just heart. And then the piano comes in, and I was just like, why? Like, you didn't need it. Like, you could have just, it's like a minute and like a minute and like 6 seconds, I think. And after then the beat comes in, and then the beat comes in, and it kind of messes it up. But it's just the harp and their voices together. It was just dope. So I wish they would have kept it that and made that the whole song rather than add a beat to it and add piano to it. It just, to me, it messed it up.
I'm gonna make a playlist of just R&B interludes, man. Y'all got me hyped. Like, I forgot about some of these interludes, man. Like, and that's some great music, man.
Yeah. And what Changing Faces joint was this on their first or their second?
It's their first. It's called Thoughts of You.
Did the Candyman do it?
No. Darren from the Untouchables.
No. He was
Start.
Alright, it's there for the Untouchables. Man, I used to walk with them Untouchable jackets, man. Them shits was hot back in the day. Man. Back in the day when record labels had jackets, had gear, man. That was the shit right there. JP, what you got up next, bro?
I can't end this without hitting, one of my favorite albums, Main Ingredient, P-Rock and CL. At the end of, because it's always at the end of the record. At the end of which one? All the Places. And it's almost like a dance track. It's like,
I know what you're talking about.
And yo, that track, like every time I hear it, make me want to shake my shoulders, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like that joint is always crazy. I mean, there's so many interludes on that album, but that's the one for me. Like, I don't even know. I don't want to hear CL rhyming on it, but I just want to hear that track for like 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes of that joint.
Right.
Let's see what he could have done with it. Like, you know, give it to an R&B artist or something.
All right, no doubt. Rob, what you got, bro?
From one of my favorite albums of all time, and people on Twitter's go-to album that just kind of pisses me off, but I'm gonna go with Illmatic's intro. The beat that was playing on the intro,
Wild Style.
Wild Style. So the Genesis, I always was like, yo, man, they should have rapped over this. Like, I think somebody attempted to, but I just felt like Nas should have rapped over that joint, man. It'd have been fine.
Common Daylight rhymed over that off of One Day It All Makes Sense.
Oh, damn, did they?
Yeah, Common Daylight got a joint on there.
Okay.
On that joint.
Yeah, that beat was fire. I was whenever you would hear Illmatic, I was like, yo, he should have rapped over that, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
That would have been dope too. Gad, what you got up?
I'm gonna go to Philly with my Philly brethren, Tracy Lee. The intro to the album, TRACEYLEE. Yo, D-Dot did, like, I love that intro, boy. I had never seen that was the first time I heard like children's records being chopped up like that, like letter by letter. It was like, that was just crazy. And then he rhymed over it. Yeah.
D-Dot. That album gets slept on a lot, man. You know what I mean? I think that's one of those ahead of the time. Like that was, and we talked about that with Trey, like before the Nelly Sweatsuit type albums, where it's like, you know, it was like everything for everybody on one album. But very dope album. Next I'm gonna go with is I'll follow JP with Pete and CL on the main ingredient. This is the intro to the album where it's Biz with I Like to Introduce Myself going into In the House.
Yes.
It's a Deodato sample. That was dope because I want to say a year later, Ski used the same sample on Camp Lo joint called Park Joint that used the same sample, and Camp Lo just kills it. And that's crazy. And then at the end of In the House, you get the Royer sample that Dilla ended up chopping up for Black Star's little brother. You know what I mean? So that was, and like JP said, I mean, at the end of the show when we just got extras laying around, there's literally a damn near interlude. Every interlude on in the main ingredient could have literally been a song in itself.
Right.
So it's so many of them. And then on the R&B side, I will go with Erykah Badu's Rim Shot. You know, I know it was the intro and the outro of Baduism, but I'm just like, dog, I need more. Like, I need more than just the intro and the outro. Like, Rim Shot was just so crazy to me. And again, like, great introduction track, like we were saying about SWV's joint too. So yeah, definitely. JR, what you got up next?
I gotta get with Mary. I'm gonna say Message in Our Music off the Love and Life album. She used that what was it? Kool in the Gang Summer Madness joint. And I was just like, Mary, like 2 minutes, that's it? You know what I mean? It definitely gave you the My Life out, you know, song feel, but using, you know what I'm saying, Kool in the Gang Summer Madness and how she just vibing over it, I wanted that to be a full song. You know what I'm saying? That album needed a lot more anyway, but that's the
What did the album need more of, JR?
Something that Puff didn't do.
Wow.
Because the thing about Mary, he's a fan of her, and like Mary could have did a couple of more takes on some of these songs. I was like, yo, come on.
I remember seeing the behind the scene footage and like they was going back and forth. And she was like, it needs a light form. He's like, nigga, I don't know what a light form is. Like, so it seems like
he was selling on himself because he's really not a producer. That's what that was.
Whoa. The thoughts of JR do not represent. Whoa.
Everybody know on here, I give him fever. So
Oh man, I mean, I'm not mad at that assessment. I don't think Puff is an R&B producer. I mean, a hip hop producer. Now we've had these discussions. I've had these discussions with all kinds of music producers, and I've just come to a realization that, you know, maybe on the R&B side of tip, it seems like producers on the R&B side are just good idea hackers. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of them. You know, in hip hop, that you don't get to be a good producer. You don't get the title producer if I tell JP what he should sample or what drum should he use. You know what I mean? It seems to be like more so traditional. I'm talking about 80s and 70s and 60s, that the producer was kind of like the good idea hacker. It was the orchestrator to say, hey, JR, you get in the studio with JP, and Rel, you get in the studio with Gadget. Then I get to say I'm the producer. You know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, I think Puff is an amazing producer because he knows how to get the right people in the right room and do the right things. You know what I mean? I don't think from the standpoint of a hip hop, touching the pad, programming drums, chopping samples, all of that, I don't think he's a producer. So
R&B neither, but go ahead.
Woo! This is what happens when the Knicks win the first round. Wait till you see this nigga talk greasy if they beat Miami. This nigga's gonna really be wilding the fuck out.
You know, I always give him.
No, I know, but I'm just letting people know that if y'all beat Miami, it's a wrap. I may need to have you, or you may need to get a Professor Griff. Remember they suspended Griff?
Oh yeah,
you may need to get suspended for a couple of weeks until y'all lose. And if y'all win the whole chip, nigga, you just need to take a year off. You just need to go walk the land for a year and celebrate and bask in the fucking blue and orange skies or something. You would definitely one.
You know what? Next podcast, don't even be in it. Just have the couch right there. We do you like Joe Budden did Maul. Just talking to the couch
and put a Knicks flag, something, a Knicks flag on the couch. Just leave it there. And that'd be JR for the week. JP, what you got up next, bro?
I think the last one I got is I'm gonna go with Faith Evans from her second album, Keep the Faith. She had an interlude called Stay. That was incredible. Now I kind of felt like it became an actual song with 112.
112, it was Stay a While.
Stay a While, right?
Yep.
But the interlude with just her,
yes,
incredible.
Yep.
But the whole song 112 was dope too because they did their thing 1 and 2. But that interlude from Keep the Faith, Stay is great, man. Great.
Another great example of what I mean by let the people eat. Like, give us the interlude, give it to somebody else, you know, keep it going. JR, correct me if I'm wrong. Wanye, or one of the Boys the Men produced Now That You're Here off the 112 first album, and that's kind of like a spinoff of what is that a spinoff of? It was a Boys the Men song.
Because they got a lot of they demos too for 112 album. God damn,
it was a spinoff of a Boys the Men song. I want to say it was the remix to Ooh Ah.
Yes, it was.
It's the remix to Ooh Ah, and they kind of spun that off of into Now That You're Here and Wanye produced. Because I remember hearing it, and I was like, "Yo, that sounds like the Ooh Ah remix." And now I'm looking at the liner notes, and I'm like, "Oh, Wanye did it. Makes sense." So definitely. Bro, what you got up next, bro?
I have off of The Main Ingredient as well. My favorite song off of there, the beginning of that song is what I'm talking about. That's the beginning of In the Flesh. At beginning of In the Flesh, it's a beat, Bull's rapping, killing it, and then it just goes off and goes in the flesh. I'm like, yo, why are you doing that? Like, that's what right there. That's like, yo, like you playing that, like, come on, bro. Like, that could have been a whole song. I like the beat, everything. But then In the Flesh is my favorite song off the album, so it just transitioned into that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Main Ingredient has like a lot of these situations. You know, he was showing the fuck.
Y'all both said Main Ingredient. Main Ingredient or Mecca? Which one do y'all like? Which one is the better album?
Main Ingredient.
Main Ingredient. Main Ingredient.
I agree, and I always get hell for that. But I feel like it's right there with Low End and Midnight. Like to me, there's no wrong answer. Like
Right.
right.
So, speaking of that, what are you?
I'm main ingredient.
No, the Low and the
I'm
Midnight.
Midnight.
Okay, I'm Midnight too.
Midnight.
They are
Low end.
Okay.
Gadget.
Low End.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Split
You know
down.
what I'm
It's what you expect.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But what are you main ingredient or Mecca, JR?
I'm Mecca.
And Gadget?
Main ingredient.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The funny thing is, I've actually come across people who were disappointed by main ingredient.
Really?
For real?
But
I mean, you know what? I hated the first song. I
didn't like I Gotta Love. It took time to really grow.
Yeah.
But I do think it's almost the curse of Troy and Straighten It Out. Those songs were so incredible.
It was
that it was kind of like it's gonna be hard if you're holding on to hearing the next Troy and you hear I Gotta Love. Because I remember getting a 12-inch and being like, I Gotta Love is cool, and I didn't really love the song, The Main Ingredient, either. Like, so it's kind of like, I mean, they're good, but I mean, again, coming off of, Troy and Straighten It Out, like Straighten It Out, JP, you know, at Morgan, that shit was everywhere. Those horns,
that beat. You just look to that beat, instrumental, just
it was everywhere. So when I get the 12-inch and I'm like, oh, I Gotta Love, I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I hit Main Ingredient, I'm like, oh, this ain't even better than that one. But then when I hear the album as a whole, I love it. But I think that's why it disappointed some people. But I'm like, yo, the album is crazy. You know what I mean? The album is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? But again, I think that's
my favorite joint on that album. It's On You.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember we used to talk about that when you got the ASR. Like I remember the conversation. Like, yo, It's On You was just so crazy, man. Crazy.
See how Smooth was just an underrated. Like I don't want to get on a tangent. No. He's so underrated, son. But I think underrated. He's the MC that's like a poet, for real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When you listen to his rhymes on those albums, it's like, it's crazy.
The thing, I think CL's boy, I totally agree with what he said, the best who ever did it on a Pete Rock beat. Like, I think those two just mesh wonderfully together. CL has the voice, he has the flow. I just don't know what the fuck he be talking about a lot of times. Like, I would need like a fucking, what was Key and Peele, the anger translator? I would need a CL translator on site, to explain to me what the fuck is he even talking about. If it's about a girl, I totally get it. He can definitely rap about a girl. But yeah, I mean, CL is definitely underrated. And it's crazy because I never really understood why he couldn't find a groove again without Pete.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know he kind of got with the Heat Makers, which was kind of strange to me because I'm like, that's a total different vibe to me than what, in my opinion, you need.
Right.
That may be a good show. I'll talk about it later because I know niggas bite my shit all the time. So we'll talk about that. But yeah. Gad, what's another joint you got, bro?
I got another classic intro.
He had to get on his fly trap shit. That nigga pulled the mic like
there's
WPRP in Cincinnati tonight.
Right. There's no beat. It's all dialogue. I'm gonna redo it. What you doing on my turf, punk? I'm here to give a message to Smokey. Give it. You Smokey. Really? That intro is crazy.
Oh God.
Hey, Smokey, this ain't your motherfucking message.
And scene.
I was crying.
There you go. Ghost joints always was creepy.
Funny as hell.
All right, JP, you're out. JR, you got any more joints?
Yeah, I got a song that I wish was longer. It's by Natalie Cole. It's Your Eyes, off of her Unpredictable album, and it's like maybe 2.5 minutes. And I wish the song could have been like 5 minutes, to be honest, because it's that chill.
What's
you know
the name
what I
of
mean?
it?
Your Eyes.
Your Eyes. And what, JR, you like to bring up albums that came out in 1928. So what? Like new Natalie Cole? Is this like freshly born? That like what year is this album from?
This is 1977 now.
Okay, cool. We just in 77. All right. I don't know what your ass would be like. This 56 now.
They weren't making good albums back then.
Is that the album that Lloyd Banks used for Karma? Is that? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's on there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You want me to just run down mine, Kill?
No, we can go back and forth.
Okay, all right.
I got B, Common's intro to the album. And I mean, I know he rapped over it, but to me it was only a minute. It's 2 minutes and 24 seconds, but that's because you got the bass playing in the beginning and you got the beat build up. But by the time you actually get to the beat, he only kicks that one rhyme. And I was just like, I guess the same thing again with SWV. It caught me. Like it had me ready for the album, then go straight into the corner, and then it's like I'm just hooked for the rest of the album. But I definitely wanted I was hoping that B could have been longer. And I'll double down on the KRS-One Attacks off the Boom Bap album that started this combo, because I just, to this day, that's one of those beats that I'm just like, why didn't KRS rhyme on this? Like, how did we just say this is just gonna be the intro, which is amazing. I love the whole remember rocking beats. I thought that was just amazing how they put that together. And it just worked, but it was just like, man, no KRS. Rel, you got any more joints left?
I do. I have Brandy's Never Say Never intro. And I have an album that was a good album that a lot of people don't talk about. I have Soul For Real. They did Ain't No Sunshine, and they did like just the beginning and then stop. They did it a cappella. It was fire, but they just did the beginning and then stopped, and then that was it. It faded out. You know what I'm saying? They could have kept going. So yeah, that was my last.
Man. That was a great time right there for music, man. Gad, you got any more joints left?
Yeah, I got one more, and I agree with you on that. What was the pick that you just had?
That Rel just had?
No, that you had.
I said the KRS Attack in the B, Common's B.
Yeah, so that album that had the Canada Dry John Legend.
Yeah,
that was the Canada Dry John Legend.
Right. That's before I think he knew he could cross over to that other side.
Yeah, that was because B is 05, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't make that second album yet. He was still eating collard greens, man.
But
the downfall of John Legend. That needs to be the show. The downfall of John. It's like a book in the Bible. The downfall of John.
Whatever Primo. This is from OC's Jewel's album. Whatever beat that comes on before War Games.
Okay.
Oh,
I got two. I gotta
listen to that one. I got Jewel's. I got Jewel's. The Jewel's.
I got two off of that album.
Hold on.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's not even any drums in that beat.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. Another joint I got up, another Common joint, Pop Raps Part 2 off of One Day. For people, One Day it all makes sense. For people who don't know, Common's father would get on at the end of his albums and just talk his shit. You know what I mean? And on the One Day it all makes sense album, it just has this dope jazzy feel to it. Like, it's just dope. And I know a lot of people didn't even bother to listen to that. It's like, oh, it's pop talk and I ain't gonna listen to it. But that beat to me was crazy. And then it's an album that gets a lot of hate. Tribes the Love Movement, but there was a joint on there called Four Moms. That was this like little Dilla interlude that was so dope. That was like, again, for some of the trash that was on that album, how you don't rhyme over this beat, it's almost like a smack in the face. Like, I feel like with the rest of these joints we're talking about, we didn't mind it because the rest of the album was so crazy. But for the Love Movement, it's like, dog, you got Tip singing up here, ABC with Noriega. Like, dog, this whole album is all over the place. And you got this crazy beat that ain't nobody rhyming over, and it's just the interlude, which is crazy to me. I got the intro to The Basement off of Main Ingredient with them drums, and I just call them those drums. It's the drums that Ye ended up sampling for Runaway. You know what I mean? But right before The Basement comes on, it's these hard ass drums. Bro, what else you got?
I think I'm out. Yeah.
All right, Gad, you done?
Yeah, I'm out.
All right. We could talk about some of these Pete and CL joints because I got the end of The Sun Won't Come Out off of Main Ingredient. And the beat is like a mixture of Bob James Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are. Like mixed together. And it's just beautiful. Like, I mean, that's the thing with Pete. Like, he was just making these beautiful beats, man. It was just like, that sounds crazy. At the end of Tell Me, he uses the sample that DITC end up using for One Day. Not One Day, Day One. Which was a posse cut on there, which is crazy. At the end of Take You There, you got this crazy break, till the light break of dawn. It's like Biz, like till the light break. It's like a little flute in there. That's stupid. And then at the end of Get on the Mic, at the end of the album, it's this interlude that D'Angelo ended up redoing off of Voodoo after One More Again. Because Quest would talk about, they would try to replay different Pete songs and things like that. For that, what else I got up here? I got same thing, Gadget on Jewels. The intro for OC's Far From Yours, it's this beat that it's not, and again, it's no drums, it's just the loop. And it's saying something like it's on it or something. It's crazy. Just go listen to it. Smith & Wesson's The Shining album, before the next shit, there's this intro. And it's got the Chill Rob G, Court is in Session, which is the Graham Central Station joints, the Jam, which is in there, which is crazy. And then, I think that's all that I have. But
I got
a lot of dope. What you got, bro?
I got one.
Yeah,
I got intro. The Clips is intro to Lord Willing.
Yes, sir.
Now both of them, it's barely 2 minutes, but they killed it. Perfect way to start off the album. They killed it. The beat is crazy. It was crazy. It's crazy, and it's short though. Like it leave you wanting more. Like that's a perfect example of leave you wanting more. My man said, "Play it ain't the same." I'm in the cane and guns, and they just kept. Yeah, that shit was fire, man.
I miss the Clips so much, man. So much. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
What else you got, bro?
I got My Paradise by Blackstreet off.
That's a good one.
I wish that song was longer than what it was, so he could have let Mark Middleton go in, yo. Like, but we did an episode with Keith Burrows about it on R&B Raps, and we talked.
What did he say?
What
did he say? What did Keith say?
No, he. This is one of the songs he was mad because he was like, why isn't this joint long? Like. It was like, come on, 2 minutes, and Mark Middleton didn't really get to get it in like he wanted to. But yeah, that joint. I got Crown Royal by Jill Scott.
Okay.
I wish that song was longer. It's only 1 minute and 30 seconds, but I mean, that joint and my last joint.
Hold on before you go to your last joint. Let me ask you what do you all think about Jill Scott's discography as a whole?
I think it's great.
I think it's solid.
Yeah,
Solid.
I think it's great.
She got some joints for real.
She's a solid 4 out of 5.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Why? You don't think so? Yeah.
No, I never got. I like it. I just don't. I never got the oomph from that first album again. Like I remember the second album coming out. I never really liked Hate Me Now. Not Hate Me Now.
On Me. Yeah, I didn't like that either. But
Me.
that album, Beautifully Human, is oh my god.
Like I feel like Jill, for me at least, is one of those things where like I can pull my favorite songs off all her albums and make a best of. Like I don't really think like in my mind, y'all know how I'm always like I gotta drive from Oregon to Philly or Oregon to New York and take one album. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy the whole trip. You know what? I do like the album. Maybe that's her third album.
You talking about The Real Thing?
Yeah, I think The Real Thing.
That album is the shit.
I really, really like that album. The second album, I like bits and pieces of, and I actually do like the last album she came out with. So I guess it is a solid 4.
Yeah, because I mean, The Light of the Sun is when it was like,
yeah. I've always just wondered with Jill, is that the whole you're doing too much shit at one time? Like you're acting, you're doing this, you're doing that. Like I really believe in the whole Will Smith thing, and not that he made a great album, but way back when he started rapping again, and he was like, "Yo, I took a year off of acting. I'm just focused on this album. I feel like if you're gonna make an album, that's what you should do. You know, now I know that's career suicide for some people. You know, maybe you don't take a year, maybe you take 6 months, but I just don't believe you can make an incredibly dope album if you're studying lines, if you're producing something over here, and you're trying to make an album. I feel like you just have to focus. I mean, if your marriage is falling apart, that needs to be your main focus. You can't do 5 things at once. So it's kind of just like, I've just always wanted, and Eb has the, you know, his thing is like, yo, when she went to LA, it just never was the same, you know, because I know a lot of times, and JP, I don't know, how do you feel about this? Do you feel like you need to be in a certain place to make great music? Like, do you think, like, Ev and me are the same? Like, anytime we move, it's like, yo, I don't know if this room is gonna be right, is the energy right in the room, you know? But then I know some niggas like, I don't give a fuck about no room. Put me in a hotel room. I
mean, I can understand that, but I mean, I like having a comfortable space, but ultimately, I'll make it anywhere. Like, I'll make it work anywhere.
All right. I was with Iron one day, and he was just saying, like, he believes your environment helps to create what you create. So he's like, you know, Peter's in Mount Vernon. He's around houses. He's around grass. He makes these beautiful songs. Premieres in Brooklyn. He's around the projects and all this shit. His music is gritty. You know what I mean? So just, you know, I never thought about it like that. And so Iron said that. But I'm just like, yo, I wonder how your environment does, like, play into you. Like I was just saying with JP, we need to link up because creatives need to be around other creatives. When we was at Morgan, it was easy. Like you around creative people all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's it. But you get married, you have kids, you have a job, you look up and you're like, damn, I don't really have nobody to like get some energy off of. I don't have, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of MCs aren't as great as they used to be, because in the 90s, you're on these spit kicker tours and you're freestyling and you're ciphering with Black Star and the Roots and De La and Pharaoh every day on tour. So I mean, your pen is gonna get sharper, but you know, that's another question I got. But I will wait. JR, finish what you was gonna say.
I had that. I got Tweets Will You Be Here off her Charlene album, and I like the intro to her intro to Southern Hummingbird, So Much to Say. How it starts off. That joint was dope. But yeah, that's it. Because Faith got so many interludes that she could have turned into songs, or Faithfully and off that album and off, you know, the debut and all that. So that was like, yeah, she got a lot. So that's my last one.
Tweet was so dope. I really liked Tweet, and then she started messing with Jamal Body. After that. So,
well, I'm glad that didn't affect her music, because she ain't got no bad albums at all. So,
yeah. All right. Question, because somebody said this the other day. Do you think Black Thought has gotten better than what he was in the Philadelphia Things Fall Apart days?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes. I think there's a certain MC, he's a caliber MC that, for me, has always remained razor sharp lyrically. Now, I don't know if I can say that about Jay-Z anymore, but, you know, there's more to it than that. I can say that about Jadakiss, I feel like, but I feel that Black Thought over the years, I mean, if you've paid attention to him, after that thing happened at Hot 97, you know what I'm saying, when he did the 10-minute freestyle, like that was like a hip hop moment. That was a moment in history that will live forever. People look back and be like, "Yo, remember that Black Thought?" But it introduced a lot of people to him. But if you have been paying attention to him from early on, you can see the progression, and it only makes sense. He's this good, like. He's always been razor sharp to me. Always been that way. Like he's crazy. Like he's one of the lyricists that I would say he's underrated now. I think he's incredibly respected more than he's ever been now.
All right. And Gaz,
like outside of the rules. Almost.
I agree.
Okay. What about
like,
you, bro? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you gonna say Gaz?
Like I all the reasons that Paz just said, I totally agree. I think it's criminal that a lot of people don't have Thought in their top 10. I think that's criminal.
A case can be made. Like, as if we're talking specifically one thing. What?
No, y'all knows what I'm going with.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for Kill to answer. I'm out.
Because I know Kill. I know.
You know Kill, yo.
Somewhat, because I think we spoke about it before.
He can't wait.
Something about not being a storyteller, right? Not being a storyteller is one of your things.
Yeah, but I totally not mad if somebody has Thought in their top 10. Like, nah. I mean, I think there's definitely a case to be made.
If we're talking about specifically lyrical skill, when you talk about top 10, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Were you gonna say, Gadget?
No, I was just saying you sitting on your hands.
Nah, good. Bro, what you got, bro?
What Paz and Gadget said, I agree, and but it's hard for me to say. I don't know, because I felt like Illadelph Half-Life was like, is he better than that? Because that was, it's tough for me, man. Like, if someone said, yeah, I can understand, but like, I don't know, I just look at that period as like a real high point. So I just think he's getting more respect now, because people that probably wasn't giving him the attention, they ain't had no choice after that Hot 97 shit, you know what I'm saying? I think he's shown longevity, you know what I'm saying, which is another thing that, you know, not all artists can do. I don't know if he's gotten necessarily better. He hasn't fell off. I just look at Illadelph Half-Life as like the peak to me. But music speaks to everybody differently, you know what I'm saying? So y'all made good points. I'm stuck on that one. I don't know. Yep. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, he ain't fell off, you know what I'm saying? He's finally getting recognition that he probably should have got before. He's getting it now just off of that freestyle. Because if you're from Philly, you weren't surprised by that freestyle. If you
right.
No, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else was, but we weren't surprised. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's why I'm at with it.
If the Roots weren't on the Tonight Show, would we be talking about Black Thought?
I think so. I think we would.
I think we would be, because they would probably still making more albums, I guess.
Why can't they make albums now?
I don't think. Let me go last. JR, what do you think?
I said I'm out. I told you I'm out.
No, you said no, though.
I'm waiting on you.
I heard a resounding no when I asked that question.
What? Should the Roots I don't think the Roots should ever make an album again, because I don't believe the Roots have made a good album since How I Got Over, which is probably from maybe 10 years ago now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm kind of with Rel. Like, my young boy was like, yo, you know, Thought has gotten better. And I'm like, I don't think Thought, what Rel says exactly how I feel. I don't feel like he's fallen off. And that's what happens to most MCs after, I mean, what, Do You Want More was 94? You know, so that's 2004. We're almost 30 years in the game. He hasn't fallen off, but I'm exactly where Rel is. Like, we did a show called 97 Hope, where it was like, when is the best Prodigy? So 96 Prodigy. You know, so who's the best KRS? Somebody may say 89 KRS. Somebody may say 88 Rakim. To me, the best Thought is 96 Thought. Like, to me, Illadelph Half-Life was his high point. And I don't think he's ever fallen off from that, but I can't say he's gotten better, because albums like this, I love this Danger Mouse album. You know what I mean? And I've listened to it a rack of times. I don't know if it's just me, like, I'm just not memorizing his rhymes the way I used to. Like, I just don't think he's gotten better, but he hasn't fallen off. And like J-Paz said, he's still razor sharp, but I just don't feel like he's gotten better. And I feel like that's where some people go to when an MC hasn't fallen off. It's like, oh, he's gotten better. And I'm like, not necessarily better. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Even the new album he just dropped with whatever the name of the group is. I like it. Have y'all heard that New Thought joint?
I heard the song, and the song was crazy. It's with a band, right?
Yeah,
like
it's with a band. And I
Right,
mean, like,
yeah.
I've listened to that JP, that single. I've listened to that on repeat for a half hour.
That single
Like,
was crazy.
It's crazy.
What's it called again?
It's called, the name of the song is called Grateful. And it's Black Thought and the L. Michaels Affair.
Yeah.
And the album is called Glorious Game. And I like it. And I really like that album. I really like the Danger Mouse album, but I just can't say he's gotten better. Mm-hmm. He hasn't fallen off, which I can say many of his other contemporaries may have fallen off. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, but and then for Gadget's thing, I think the only reason why he can't make my top 10 is because he doesn't rhyme about anything. Like he's a spitter. He's a spitter. And for me, I need storytelling. Like I need something. I need more meat in my potatoes. I need some shit. I don't know what it is, but I need more. And it became evident to me when he dropped the this solo joints, the thought, what are they called?
Oh, I forgot. Trains of Thought?
Yeah, Streams of Thought. He dropped Streams of Thought. Royce dropped The Book of Ryan, which I think is a 5 mic classic. To me, that's Royce putting in work, telling stories. Fonte had also just dropped No News is Good News, which is crazy.
Love that album.
And I think it was because it came out in the same time. So I'm listening to Fonte rap about black men and their health and getting, burying his father and being a father to your child and getting remarried. And I'm hearing Royce rap about, growing up with his parents and his dad being on cocaine and all this stuff. And then I pop in Thought and he's just rapping. It's like he just left Hot 97 and went right to the studio. And again, just for me, I need more. Like, these are your contemporaries. Your contemporaries are Fonte and Royce. And Fonte and Royce. And they're showing you can still bar niggas to death. Like, I think the first joint on that Fonte album is what? I Dare Niggas, or what's the name of that song? Like, I'll Body Niggas. Like, Fonte is going in. Yeah. And Royce is going in. But then they're still doing more. And I think that's what kind of put the light for me to be like, Thought really don't, like, nigga, can you give me something? Like, you still giving me what you gave me. You shaking your head, Gadget. What you think?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so for me, that just kind of put the light on it. That is just like, for me, just me personally, I just want more from my music. For somebody who's like, I just want a nigga to spit. I got friends who say Jay Electronica is a GOAT MC. And I'm like, this nigga don't even have an album out. You know what I mean? So I understand we all have our own different, things that can make the top 10 list. But I just know Thought can never make mine because of that. You know what I mean?
Jay Electronica gonna have to come out with a Exhibit F or something, bro.
I just don't think he has the passion for it, man.
That half EP that you did with Hov was trash.
Damn, you ain't like that?
You ain't like it? He wasn't as great as I thought he would be on that. Like, I think Jay outshined him more than I thought, because I think Electronica is an elite talent. Like talent. You know how people say, you know what I'm saying, Aaron Rodgers is not Tom Brady, but at the talent at the quarterback position is undeniable. Right. I feel like as a talent he is. He doesn't have enough of a discography or whatever, but the talent is there for the most part. Even the joint he just did with Swiss, I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It's on Swiss EP or whatever. So, but my man hates him. He's like, every time we bring Jay Electronica, he's like, fuck that nigga. Because he's so great and doesn't give us enough. So he's like, he's like, fuck that, man. I need he likes consistency. My man's like, I need projects. Like, he feels like you're wasting your talent.
I don't think Jay wants to do it. I mean, and I'm with you. I think Jay outshined him because I always felt like Jay plays to his competition. You know what I mean? So I feel like Jay knew, okay, niggas love Jay Electronica. I got to come with my A game. I can't come with no, that shit he be doing with Khaled. You did that song, the other song. I got to come on point with this because this is Jay Elect. So maybe he just doesn't have it. And it's funny, JP, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Rel was on the show and so was JR when we were just talking about meth. And does meth fall into that same thought category?
While you was talking about Thought, in my mind I was thinking Meth is way better now than he has ever been as an MC. And because everybody's peak level is at different times, no matter when you come out, because technically him and Thought, you consider them
Right,
contemporaries.
right.
They literally came out around the same time, right?
Right.
So, but I feel like Meth over the years, especially like in the past 10 or so years, when I've hit on other people's stuff and like bars, and I'm like, okay,
That
like,
shit he did on Conway's Lemon was crazy. That
crazy,
was bananas.
crazy. I think he got a song with RJ Payne too. That's crazy.
I think he
Yeah.
does.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. I think it
But
came out
we-
maybe a year or two ago.
But what we were looking at is like, because I was explaining to younger people who love Tikal, you know, and I'm like, age plays such a huge perception and everything. And I'll give you a great example. Dante Ross, I was talking about Beat Street, and he was like, man, Beat Street was shit. That was whack. It was whack. You know, Wild Style was better and da-da-da-da, all this shit. You know, I was already doing Graph and the B-Boy and blah, 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 blah. That shit was whack, you know. And I'm like, well, bro, it's all about age, you know, because at 10 years old, guess what? I wasn't a B-Boy. I wasn't doing graffiti. And I didn't see Wild Style yet. So for me, Beat Street was literally my foundation.
Right.
Now, you probably being 6 years older than me means you were 16. You had already seen Wild Style.
Right.
You were already doing graffiti. You were already a B-boy. So I totally can understand how you could look at this and say, man, y'all trying to make spit like, you know, boy from Wild Style. Like, I can see it from your standpoint, but age plays a difference. So when somebody who's 12 tells me they love Tikal, I get it. You were a fucking kid. Nigga, when Tikal came out, you don't understand, J-Pad, you know how it was at Morgan and how it was the month of the man and Meth is the next one. It's not supposed to be who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas. It was supposed to be who's the best MC, Biggie, Meth, or Nas.
Right.
That's what it was supposed to be. We expected Meth to be that nigga. He was going to be the next LL, the one that the women love and the niggas fuck with too.
Right.
And Tikal wasn't that. I get it. The Flood. This nigga has had countless more albums out.
Yo.
I just think Meth is an incredible 16 writer. If you need a verse, he is going to annihilate it. But like I challenge people, do you think Meth could write a everyday struggle? Do you think Meth could write a one love? Because I've never heard that from Meth. I've never heard Meth give you a situation of like, yo, this was me growing up. Or yo, this is my man writing a letter from jail. Or yo, this is me. Like, I don't think Meth can go there. He's gonna give you a dope. You want to see him sway in the morning? You want to see him on a freestyle? He's gonna kill it. That damn Showtime thing that they did about the Woo, and he was in the and they in the theater and he was spitting.
He rhyming his ass off.
Rhyming his ass off.
But
that's where it stops. That doesn't translate to good songs or good albums.
Right. But he has enough to carry him through, and I mean, and plus the acting, of course. But
right. But it just made me think of Thought, because it was just like these two are kind of one and the same. Where even now Thought is coming out with these solo albums, but none of them are 5 mic classics. I don't hear anybody, you know, talking about any of these. He's had the 3 streams of Thoughts. He had this joint with Danger Mouse. He's put out 5 solo albums, and I have not heard one person claim any of these are 5 mic albums. But like Gadget would say, he's a top 10 MC. Can you be a top 10 MC and not have a classic album, Dolo, and you dropped 5 of them?
Inspector Deck.
You think Deck is a top 10 MC ever?
All right, let's say top 30.
How about we get that nigga the Intercontinental belt? How about we get that
nigga? Don't do Deck like that.
It's a continental title. No, I'm not doing them like that because we did a show, because I don't think it's fair, because too many MCs are never going to get their props because all we care about is who's the GOAT, or are you a top 10 MC? So I think that could be the GOAT and the greatest MC to set off rhymes. That could definitely be Deck. He deserves that title.
Have you heard the new Static Selector with Inspector Deck, Raekwon, Method Man, and it's crazy. And he sets it off just
where is that off?
It's on Static Selector's project, I believe.
This is my problem. Like, I didn't even know that Swiss had that thing out, JP, until like yesterday somebody told me about. Like, music is coming out.
Put out the first one.
Right, and now Swiss is on this. But I mean, I didn't even see anything about it. Nobody is talking about it. And like, y'all know me, I live on Twitter, and not nan nigga has said, anything about this. I think the only reason why I found it is because I think he has a song with Nas or something. Or
Oh yeah, Nas. Yep, Nas.
how was that joint?
I mean, the only songs I really like is the one with Nas and one with Jay Electronica. It's the first song and the last song on the album. But he got like Little Durk on there. He got a joint with Benny, Jadakiss, and this chick from the Bronx called Scarlett. It's hard, but it's not like.
I heard she's blowing up.
Huh?
I heard she's blowing up in New York.
Yeah, she's blowing up. Yeah, she's blowing up now. It's crazy, and she holds her own on there with them too.
Now, is she a real rapper or she's like a Nicki Minaj rapper? Like she just showing her tits and ass?
No. She's not like Nicki Minaj at all.
That's some hardcore shit. She took a shot at PH that I ain't like, but yeah.
She took a shot at Philly?
PA. She said PA, so Philly's in PA, so I took offense. Shit.
Okay.
She said, we do this shit. We don't do that shit. Take that shit to PA. Some shit like that she said in the song. I heard. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder what that's about.
Kill already don't like her.
Nigga, you already see Tony my face, nigga.
Yeah. I ain't fuck with it. I ain't fuck with it either.
I come from a battle mentality. I will grab a Philly chick in a heartbeat and make a beat and let's go. Shit.
So it used to be some ladies dressed in Muslim attire in Philly that was bombing on everybody. Like these girls they could spit. I don't know what happened to them.
Sure. All right.
But they had the whole. I was like, damn.
So, but back to Deck. I think we could give Deck that title. You know, the best nigga to set some shit off. Because Deck deserves it. Did y'all finish the Wu-Tang show? I don't want to talk about it.
I did.
Everybody's finished it?
I haven't even watched it.
Oh, damn, man. You're not going to watch it?
I am.
All right.
So I got so much shit. I
know. You're like running three businesses. I understand. So I won't even bring it up then. I won't bring it up. I just say I feel sorry for Deck. You know what I mean? I feel like his career could have been better.
Yeah, it was highlighted in the show. Like
it was highlighted in it. Like after the show, it's like I really am like, damn, like that
I did that.
Got the short. And I mean, you guys did too, but I feel like Deck is much more talented than you guys.
Yeah,
so I feel like that's the problem. Like Deck and you guys, and I guess like Master Killer, you know, they got to a change too. But because Deck is the more talented out of the three, I just feel like, and then it just hit me like, and then Pop took him off the joint, you know, with Meth and Red on it. So it's like, damn, like I already got these niggas shit on me over here. Now Pop took me off the joint.
What's the joint that he's on? The P Rock, is that Peace Instrumentals?
True Master.
Oh my God.
And he kills that.
You crazy. Love that.
I mean, Deck is essentially, he should be mentioned as one of the dope 16. I mean, Above the Clouds with Gangstar.
Never let Deck go first.
You know, Mentally Scarred, Triple Extra Large, Wild Like Rock Stars that smash guitars. Like, Deck is a monster. Deck is a monster. All right, Ground, where can they get at you? What you working on? What you cooking up, man?
Yo, Uptown Rail 215 on Instagram, JBed215 on Twitter. Kill, today and tomorrow I'm be sending you with a lot of stuff. I need your executive producer, because I'm like 90% done, so I need your expertise. But my album is called Caught in the Moment, coming soon. That's all I'm gonna say. I got a single out produced by Kill called Fear, by the way. Check that out as well. All your apps or whatever is on there. So.
And then how are they looking for it? What name are they putting in?
Oh, Jarrell LKP. LKP is Lime Kiln Pipe. That's all my friends when we coming out, we LKP, so it's Jarrell LKP.
All right. Gage, where can they get at you? You're doing a million things. When is the second season of the cooking show? When is everything? Just start talking, because we can be here talking about you all day.
Right.
So where do we get started with you?
Digital Hustler, all streaming platforms. We got the Illestate Half-Life coming.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait for that.
I'm about to send y'all an email. I got an email sitting right here, right now. I'm about to send it to you after the show about where do we get started on Saturday.
We gonna hit up every Subway and Jerry's in Philadelphia.
Real quick. This is the premise of the show. The premise of the show, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm always doing cheesesteak reviews. Me and Rel are from the same neighborhood back in Philly. I live off of Lime Cume in Providence. He lives further down Lime Cume. Gadge is originally from Philly. You know, we know DC and Maryland took him in, but he's still Philly at heart. So it's going to be about 3 Philly boys reviewing cheesesteaks. We're going to anywhere that's saying they got dope cheesesteaks, and we are going to review them. There's no shit like this. I've done my research on YouTube. There's always some random nigga just coming to Philly like, oh, I want to try a Philly cheesesteak. It's the equivalent of niggas. It's almost the equivalent of somebody who doesn't love hip hop doing a hip hop review. This is going to be hip hop niggas doing hip hop reviews. This is going to be cheesesteak niggas who were raised in this shit,
Right.
giving cheesesteak reviews. We're breaking down our 5 attributes because most people will eat a steak and just be like, I don't like it. Nah, we are going to the same way I could break that shit down for thought. We are going to be breaking down cheesesteaks.
But I will say, my body can't take that grease like that anymore.
Well, here's the thing, bro. I was gonna say we're gonna be getting halves. Like we're gonna be. My calorie count don't. I can't because he was like, nigga, how many cheesesteaks you gonna eat? Like you can't. You only get 1,800 calories a day. So yes, this is almost gonna be like a 1 bite, 2 bite type thing.
I've been detoxing. I'll be detoxing afterwards because I can't take it.
We're gonna be cutting cheesesteaks in 4, so it's gonna be a while, like because we are of age. This is not. But again,
absolutely.
This is gonna be the difference between what you see on YouTube. You're gonna understand the history of the Philly cheesesteak, what it means, why it's so important. You know why niggas out of town be like Ishkabibbles, and I'm like, nigga, I'm only going to Ishkabibbles if I'm at 5th and South and I want a cheesesteak and I'm at 5th and fucking South. Like I'm never going to Ishkabibbles. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be breaking that shit down. It's gonna be a dope show, and you already know we're gonna mix hip hop in it too. So it's gonna be stupid. Me and Gadget on the same show. You already know we're gonna be fighting to see who's gonna be the villain every week. So
You think tonight was bad?
Wait till we
imagine me out in the wild.
Exactly. So imagine us thinking some cheesesteaks. And the great thing is when we go to Philly, the thing about Philly that people don't understand, and we'll break this down on the show. It's like a little preview of the show. I was watching this. JP, you probably remember this. In the 90s, I was watching this thing on YouTube about forgotten 90s sitcoms. And if you haven't watched it, watch. It's hilarious. I forgot about 8 of these 10 shows even existed. But they were talking about how like a spinoff would start on maybe the last season of a show. So like Pam was supposed to get a spinoff of Martin. And like one of the episodes of Martin was just all about Pam, and it was supposed to go into the spinoff. So this is like a spinoff into the show so that people can understand that in Philly, your hood could have 5 good cheesesteak spots, and you never have to leave your hood to even go get a good cheesesteak. You know what I mean? So there are spots in Philly that we haven't even heard of that people are telling us about that when we go to Philly, we are definitely gonna go check out because again, me and Rella from the same neighborhood. You know, I just got put on the South Philly cheesesteak because my man moved down South Philly. He was like, nigga, they got some shit down here. We ain't going all the way to South Philly. That would be like, JP, that'd be like going from Queens all the way to fucking Long Island for a slice of pizza. You probably like, nigga, we got, you know, 8 pizza places on the app. Like, you know,
right.
So, like, but then if your man was like, yo, they got some slices out here, nigga, come through. So, again, it's going to be a dope show. Trust me. It's gonna be dope.
Another great thing is no matter what city you go to, they have a place where they're emulating Philly cheese. They got this. We got authentic Philly cheese. Everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying?
That's where we're going. We are going to those places. We ain't going to the places that have steak and cheese. We are not going. If it's a steak and cheese, we ain't eating that shit. We are going to places.
I'm not gonna lie. Like Philly's Wawas are better than Wawas everywhere else, bro. Like the hoagies is different.
Wow.
Yeah,
Different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Different.
Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be a dope show. It's gonna be entertaining. You will learn a lot about cheesesteaks. Trust me, anytime somebody comes to Philly, they're like, yo, we're your top 5. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. You know, Rella tell you about one of my spots, Mamas, I sent him to.
Yeah, this is Bella Kenwood. I had never really been there, but I was at Saks and it's like around the corner. So I stepped down there, and yeah, it's up there. It's official. It's official.
We got some thoughts. We got some joints that's coming. JP, what's going on with you, man? What you cooking up? Tell me what's on that shirt, man. What's that shirt?
This shirt. Oh, this is one of my old album covers, like a old another option of an album cover that an EP cover I pulled out like about 5 years ago. I put it out. That's my wife, had it on there. Put on some Adidas, you know what I'm saying, real quick, and shot it up. But but yeah, you can catch me, JPaz Music on all Twitter and Instagram, and also JPaz Visuals. I do video work as well. You know what I'm saying, working on
amazing video work.
Yeah,
I really appreciate
it. I appreciate it. And still cooking up the music, working on some new stuff, man. Looking for that right singer though. Looking for that right singer so I can put something out serious.
Yo, bro, it's one of the hardest things to find, bro. That's a reality show in itself, man. Like that's like one of the hardest things to find. Like I'm almost at the point where I'm gonna just try to find somebody in college who don't got shit going on but school. Like,
hey, even then it's gonna be hard, bro.
It's gonna be hard then too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's much more easy than trying to get them when they marry.
Just create an AI singer. You ain't got to deal with no ego, no attitude, bro. Just create an AI singer.
Yeah, and you're right, because then they're gonna say you gave away their sound. Don't even get me started on their sound.
Right.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But you gave them where they can follow you on IG and everything.
Yep, JPaz Music and JPaz Visuals.
All right, no doubt. JR, what you got cooking up? I know you and Elise got
when the episode is out, we did an episode with B-Trend, and we talked about D'Angelo's Brown Sugar, which was dope. Oh, God, dope episode. We talk about all the songs and all that. Just check us out at R&B Reps on Instagram, on Twitter. JR's World of Soul on Instagram and Twitter. We have an episode every Sunday. Dope. Just finished doing a Catch That Mini, but we got some other shows coming out too, so just check us out for that.
All right, you already know it's with me, Kill889, Twitter, IG. Yeah, starting some shit. But yeah, I can't wait for this cheesesteak show, man. It's gonna be crazy. And I can't wait till we go to Philly and do them, because there's a couple of spots in Philly that we gotta go to.
There's a couple that I haven't been to that is getting a lot of love. So I gotta do something with that.
We're gonna try them out.
I can't wait for the Sixers and Heat series.
Right, that's gonna be great.
Let's go.
Look at JR's face.
Yeah, man.
I knew Jasmine.
I'm gonna let you live. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you live. Go ahead.
When's the first game with the Heat?
Isn't that Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm saying that just for nostalgia purposes, that's going to be a dope series, because they're going to have all the flashbacks.
Yes, they are.
The Heat next series.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Charlie Ward getting tackled by PJ.
The fight with Larry and Alonzo.
It's going to be. We're going to see all of that.
The Knicks got all they old ass niggas in the front row.
Watch your mouth, like you talking too much. You rapping I gave you leeway, bro. Right now.
Like they trying to bring some inspiration from '98 back.
I'm sitting like, yo, is that John Starks? Get the fuck out of here. Like, everybody out. Like, okay, y'all bring it.
They ain't been in the playoffs in 10 years.
Right, since 2013.
Like it's a big deal.
Nah, I feel. JP, are you a Knicks fan?
I'm just like, I ain't been a real Knicks fan, but I'm New York all day, so it's like to see them happy. Like I'm happy for it. The energy's crazy in New York right now.
Yo, you know how I really knew the Knicks were really like blatantly pandering to people when I saw Latrell Sprewell on the sideline in a suit.
He did with a sweater under the suit though. Like you right though.
Yo,
that's my guy too.
Oh, you know what? Hold up, real quick. I forgot to shout this out. Chuck D has a new book out called Living Loud.
Oh wow.
Chuck D is all his artwork, so it's like, and he's talking about everything from, you know, consciousness to hip hop and everything. For people who didn't know, like, Chuck was always an artist, so you know, he's talking about everything. So very dope book. I haven't even had a chance to dive into it. When I was in Atlanta, I saw it with Vern, so had to grab it. So definitely the bookworm in me. Check this out, Living Loud, Chuck D. Definitely a dope book. I will check y'all next week, good peoples.